So he throws his haymaker, boom. We just got hit in the face. Let's try it again. You're walking down the street, you come across a nice guy who you think is all nice, and what does he do? He throws a big ass haymaker at you. Not a nice clean boxing striking punch. I'm talking this guy winds up like he's going for a grand slam and tries to hit you on the back of the head. So what do we do in that situation? He throws this big haymaker. Yes, I can simply block it, but there's still a chance that it's going to nick me in the back of the head, and that's not any good for me. So we have to understand that when it comes to a haymaker, in one aspect, it's one of the easiest punches to defend because they put so much effort into that they're not really thinking of anything else because all their energy is on this swing. Whereas when you're doing like a nice clean strike, you can set that up for other combinations, and that's a little bit more of a dangerous punch to deal with. The issue is that if it does land, there's a good chance you're going out cold. My suggestion when someone does throw a nice big haymaker is not to stand back and block it, but when you see them winding up and throwing this, I actually kind of want to step in a little bit. And the reason I want to do that is when they throw this haymaker, even if I don't block it, you can tell that the punch is way behind my head. Now, obviously, I can still get nicked with the side of the arm or the forearm, which if they hit the side of your head or your neck, can still do some damage and could possibly stun you a little bit, but it's not as dangerous as if this fist was hitting you head on. Still have to deal with it though. My suggestion for a simple way is answer the phone. And all you're going to do, simply bring your hand up like you're answering the phone, but everything's going to stay nice and tight. I'm going to do that as I step in. This is the motion right here. So everything is blocked. Even if the punch was close to me, I'm still kind of blocking that punch. And notice I'm also kind of tucking my head a little bit. I'm not keeping my head straight up. So everything is answering the phone, tuck my head, and I've got this block in here. From here, I'm going to take my free hand. At the same time, I'm striking right dead center in the face, ideally for the nose. Now that ideally is going to be all in one motion. So he throws his haymaker, boom. We just got hit in the face. Let's try it again. So I step in, boom. All one motion. I blocked and I struck. Now, from here you have a couple options. Obviously, I can still engage with this arm if I want to because of the motion of the arm. It's easy for me to grab onto the side if I feel the need to. From this particular direction though, if we're going for just a simple defend yourself and get out, I recommend just coming in here, throw in a strike. If you need to, let go of this defense, throw in another strike. You can throw in an Ahachi kick, and I disengage. Very quick, simple, you're in to do your damage and get out. So one more time, he throws a haymaker, I come in and I strike again, I throw in a kick, and I disengage. If we're looking for something a little bit more advanced, we have a couple other options. So he throws that haymaker, I'm still going to come in and block, but the same time that I do this, instead of stepping with the same leg, I'm actually going to step with the other leg, use my forearm here for the armpit. So again, this is a little bit more of an advanced technique if I want to engage this person head on. He throws a haymaker, I block, my elbow is coming right up in the armpit. Reason is, this is where the power from the arm and the punch comes from, is right under here in the rotation cuff. As I strike up in that, you're going to stun the muscles and tendons, it's going to make this arm nice and weak, and it's going to weaken the arm to the point where if he tries to throw another punch, it's either not going to be as strong or it's actually going to hurt him more than it's going to hurt me. So, I come in here with the first strike. Now notice, after I block and strike, the hand that was blocking comes over and grabs the arm. Now, don't intend to try and grab the wrist or the fist or whatever. Merely just grab whatever part of the arm is available, same time that I struck. From here, I'm going to take my hand, slide it underneath, and grab the back of the arm, and now I'm going to actually feed it through in front, and we're going to come into a Russian tie. So again, from this angle, I struck, I grab, feed this arm under, grab the back of the arm, we come into a Russian tie. From here, we're taking him straight to the ground. I'm going to tug, start walking backwards and dropping my weight, bring him straight down. Now, if I want to, I can drive my knee here into the back of his shoulder blade. You can grab up on the hair and smack him down if you need to. Otherwise, I'm going to stay nice and controlled. I can do a couple strikes, or I can simply just stay here and say, hey man, cool your stuff. Just relax. And we end the fight from there, and I disengage. So you kind of have that option depending on the situation. So, one more time. Block, grab, counter grab, feed to the Russian tie, straight down, drive that knee right into the back of the shoulder blade. If you want to come around, you can actually see that the top part of the arm is actually also pinched in between the hip. So we do have a little bit of a nice arm bar here. We can do a couple strikes, and again we disengage. Throws the haymaker again. Instead of doing answering the phone, I'm going to do a forearm strike. It's a combination of a forearm strike and a block at the same time. But I'm using the outside of my arm when you flex that arm, your muscles and everything are going to get nice and tight, which becomes like steel rods. So when he throws this punch, I'm actually, not only am I holding my arms up, but I'm pushing into his arms a little bit. This isn't going to hurt my arms as much as it's going to hurt all the muscle and tendons up against the inside of his arm. This is a very sensitive part of the arm compared to the outside, which is all bone and muscle. So as he throws it, I come in here, double forearm block. My far hand is just going to simply grab to maintain control so that he can't run away. The same time that I'm doing that, my close hand instantly just follows up with a strike to the side of the neck. I'm aiming for the carotid artery or right underneath the jawline so that I can either get a knockout or a stun. So I block, I grab, come up with a strike. I'm now going to let go of this arm, but I don't simply just want to let go. I'm actually going to push the arm down and transfer this arm back just as somewhat of a cover. That way if he tries lifting this arm back up, I still have this protected so that he can't necessarily come back up with a strike or a grab. So I struck, I trade places with my arms, follow in with another strike, and if you feel lucky, you can come in with a third strike and then disengage. So it's going to be a quick block followed by a fury of strikes, if you want to say. So he throws a haymaker, we strike, 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 disengage. So easy enough, simple haymaker, basic technique, advanced technique, either way they all work. Just don't let this guy throw the big haymakers. Worst comes worst, just remember to answer the phone, throw in a strike, get out, stay safe people, we'll see you next time.